Hello, everybody. Welcome to the DIY podcast, episode whatever the fuck it might be, because we don't know when these are coming out. So, I'm your host, Matt, and today I'm with
Derek.
And Anthony.
And
Devin.
Yep, I was about to say in the background we have Devin, but he's playing Crackdown with headphones on, so he might not be a major part of the episode. But it's about 12, 20-something at night. We have a test tomorrow, and we're not studying. Well, me and Anthony and Devin do, but
We're all gonna fail.
yeah. So the reason why we decided to film this now is because we just kind of got in the mood, and Anthony had a story that I'd very much like to hear about. So why don't you take it away, buddy?
Okay, so when I was in elementary school, my older sister did softball. And so one of her friends on the team had two younger brothers who were about my age. And so, I would hang out with them at these games.
Right.
So one time I go over their house and they had this old wooden playset or whatever. So we spend the day on the swings, going down the slide and whatnot.
Oh God, I think
Yeah.
I might know where this is going.
So we're sitting up there at the top of the playset where the slide is. And I'm just waiting for my mom to come over to pick me up. And I don't know, when you're sitting down on the ground and you kind of slide by moving your legs and you rub your butt on the ground.
Yeah.
So
Wait, how old were you again for this?
I was probably 8 or 9.
Oh.
Yeah, so I slide my butt on this wooden playset and I get a splinter in my ass.
I'm trying to
Oh,
imagine
God.
how exactly this worked, right?
All right, so
So you were
trying
sitting
not
on
to-
the ground.
all right,
You wanna imagine
I'm
it?
trying to be careful because I don't want to destroy the audio, but goddamn, we're getting
you sit
bars
on the
right
ground and you move your foot like that, outward.
Yeah, so imagine an old playsets of wood and imagine me nude.
now. Yeah, I can imagine.
Imagine my little 8-year-old cheeks are sitting plump on the old wood. And the cheek slides ever so freely forward.
Oh, Devin, I apologize in advance for any audio editing you have to do here because we're getting some bars and we're trying to be quiet.
So
Wait, so my question is, when you went down that thing, you had clothes on, right?
yeah, I'd close them. But right now we're picturing me nude.
That was one powerful ass splinter.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, was it big? Was it...
I don't remember. Well, it's not like I was able to see it. I'm not that flexible.
Did
Yeah, so
your mom, pull down your pants and was like, oh my God, it's huge?
I was still waiting for my... Oh my God.
That sounds horrible out
Yeah.
of context,
Yeah.
but we'll continue on.
I was still waiting for her to get there. And so, my butt was hurting. And so my friend's dad, he had to pull it out of my butt.
Oh, God.
And so I remember just standing there, kind of bent over.
Derek is cringing so hard right now.
And I think he had a pair of tweezers and he was just trying to pull this wood out of my cheek. And the part that made it the worst was one of my friends just saying, huh, nice butt. That was so embarrassing.
Nice
God,
butt.
that's embarrassing, yeah. I have a pretty embarrassing story related to my trouser area.
Okay.
So in the front of the yard at my old house, we were kind of on a hill, and there was a tree in the front yard. We usually had a swing on this tree. So it's one of those old swings that was just a rope in the middle, and there's this plastic cylinder. Why do you put the...
Because I'm eating the Pop-Tart and I don't want the chewing sounds to be picked up.
Okay. Well, if you want to do that anyway. Anthony's just moving the pop filter that's not attached to the microphone in front of his face. I appreciate the professionalism, though. But so anyway, yeah, it's this rope. And if Mike and Will if you're listening to this story, you know exactly where this is going. And it's that, a plastic seat, just a circle, kind of and the rope is in the middle, and it's kind of not underneath it, so it kind of just hangs on, and you kind of just wrap around it. So I was sitting in that, and it kind of spins a lot because there's no center. So I was I don't know how old I was. I know I must have been in late elementary school, early middle school. And I just decided, like, oh, I'm just going to spin on the swing. So I did that. I, like, tucked my knees in and I went, like, around and around and around and whatever. And then I decided to get off. Problem was, I couldn't get off because my shorts got pulled into where the rope was fastened. Like, the front of my shorts were like this, and they were being pulled into where the rope was, and they were stuck there because they were wrapped around.
Jesus.
So I ended up calling over my brother and my best friend who was there at the time, and they can't help me get off. And I'm like, I think I'm seriously stuck. So I'm like sitting there awkwardly, but then they're just like, no, you're probably, just try getting off, and I think you'll be able to, like, tear free. And, you know, we're little kids, so we're stupid, and we don't think about shit. So I just hop off, and my cock is, like, being yanked up by the strength of 1,000 titans, and I'm just getting the strongest frontward wedgie in my life, and I'm dangling in the air on this swing because the front of my shorts is stuck in it. So I'm screaming my lungs out, and my fucking balls feel like they're about to get ripped off. So my younger brother runs into the house, and he, like, grabs my mom, and I think my mom and everybody got a pretty fucking good laugh out of it. While I was still hanging there. And I think my aunt was there too. Oh my god. So anyway, what ended up happening was my mom had to, like, lift me so I could, like, you know, get the leverage, like, off of my balls. And I had to take my shorts off, and I just booked it into the house, crying my eyes out. And it was the most horrible, most embarrassing thing that's probably ever happened to me when I was a kid. It hurt so bad, and I never went on that swing again. Ever.
Oh.
Getting your clothes stuck in things is the worst. Like, I
Yeah.
used to ride my bike around, and if I was wearing jeans, the bottom of, like, my pant legs would get stuck on the chain.
Yeah.
Oh
And, like,
my
the
That
worst-
happened to me all the time.
Yeah, worst was one time
Every
it started to
time.
downpour, so I'm like, alright, I'm like a few blocks away from home, so I'll just ride back, no biggie. I'm in the parking lot of my high school riding. All of a sudden, I stop in place.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh shit, here we go.
Oh god.
And there's like, that moment I'm still, and all of a sudden I'm just falling over to the side, and I hit the ground. So I'm laying down on the ground, stuck to my bike in this falling rain. It's not like I
Oh,
could get
God.
up because, you know, the bike's like down, and
Well, yeah, but
So I had
you're
to-
stuck in your bike.
yeah. I mean, I was able to get out of it. It wasn't as bad as yours, but it was just so annoying.
I actually have a pretty funny bike story. So I had this red bike that I had for years. Like, my dad gave it to me when I was in, like, probably elementary school, and I had that shit till I was almost in high school, I remember.
Now wait a minute.
Yeah.
That
It,
red bike.
dude, it
Did
was,
it come from Walmart?
I don't know.
It was
I got it for
probably one of
Christmas.
those-
It was a big bike when I first got it, so when I still had it, it was just like a BMX. I barely sat in it. I was running down this hill in my neighborhood, and it's like this curvy kind of road. So I was running down that, and then I pull up to the sidewalk as I see a car coming. I didn't see a bump in the sidewalk, and I do a complete front flip right in front of my neighbors who were playing a 8-guy basketball game, and they were all, like, in high school at the time. And they're like, holy crap, dude, are you okay? And I'm like, I didn't realize it because, like, the adrenaline, I guess, but I just, like, shot back up. And I was just like, yeah, I'm fine. And I just hopped on my bike and kept going. And they were looking, and as I was hopping on my bike, they were like, what the fuck just happened? Because, like, they were looking at me like something was wrong with my face. But I completely ignored that. So, I drove to my friend's house who I was meeting up with, and he's like, holy fuck, dude, what happened to your fucking lip? I'm like, what are you talking about? And he's just like, come to the bathroom. And my lip was, like, bleeding. It was like this thick, too. And it's just like, it swelled up, like, in 5 minutes. And I was just bleeding out of my mouth. I was like, oh my god.
Oh no, this
Hey, Adrian, he's a sex guy. So the second one, it's not as embarrassing. I just think it's hilarious. I was driving with my best friend at the time to the park, to the baseball park, and we were just driving down the road what we normally do. And then all of a sudden, out of completely nowhere, the handles of the bike just pop out. And the best part is they just pop out, and it took me like 5 seconds to notice it. Like, I go over this bump, and I guess I yanked them, and it just came. It's an old bike at this point. This is the last time I obviously used this bike. So, like, I yanked them out, I guess, and I heard like a ding, 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 ding. I'm like, huh? And I look down, and I realize I'm holding my handlebars, and I'm still pedaling, and I haven't fallen over. And then I was able to stop without, like, falling over or anything, and I'm like, hey man, like, oh god, what's just happened? Okay, for people, so what just happened is, I think Devin just drank some water and spit it everywhere. Is that what just happened? I wasn't looking.
He was trying not to laugh, so I started laughing because he was trying not. But
Did you just spit Gatorade everywhere?
So I was drinking the Gatorade, and I put it too far up, and it shot in my nose.
Oh,
And
God.
I looked up at Anthony to see if he noticed, and he was started laughing, so I just spit it.
I just turned around and I just felt a splash on my elbow, and I see you on the ground in like a fetus position, like a baby. Oh my god.
you might want to clean your laptop now.
Yeah, for real. I don't know. Oh, you got some on the mouse pad, but nothing on the keys.
My fucking essay, that's the worst thing that he could have got on. Fuck the
that's fine, man.
laptop.
Is it cold water that does damage to computers, or is it hot water that does more damage?
Probably all water.
Well, I know it's all water, but I think it's like you have a better chance of cleaning it out if it's one or the other. I don't remember.
Yeah,
I
believe
think I'm
me.
good
Your
though.
laptop
Yeah,
does
I'm
not
good.
want to go for a swim.
Well, I know that, but I'm saying if you drop some water on it, it's not gonna instantly blow the fucker up. It's not gonna.
short circuit.
Yeah.
A few days ago, I accidentally had a magnet near my phone, and I'm listening to music. And I'm like, this song sounds different. I think it's supposed to be lower pitched. It was just so annoying because, it eventually was fine, but for a while, all the music I was listening to, all the audio the pitch was shifted up.
Mm-hmm.
And I was so worried that I fucked up my phone.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I actually remember I had I think it was like a Nokia smartphone. It was like my first smartphone. It was like a Windows phone. Like, this
Was
thing
it
was-
at least tough? Was it tough enough?
Here's the
As
thing,
Nokia?
though.
You're a big boy.
It didn't feel like it was. Like, its case was, like, thin. Like, it was this thin, like the back of it. So I kept dropping it like a fucking idiot because I was a kid with a smartphone, so I didn't understand, how expensive it probably was. But, I'd be a doof and, like, drop it down the stairs or, like, it'd fall out of my pocket all the time. That's what it mostly did because I usually wore basketball shorts all the time when I was younger. So the thing is, though, it never cracked. And I was just like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. It's a fucking Nokia. And I guess that's also the reason why I didn't really care when it fell out of my pocket because I'm like, oh, it's fine. It's a Nokia. So then I'm sitting at the curb waiting for one of my friends to leave their houses. Spoiler alert, a lot of my stories involve my friends. Shocker. I'm sitting at the curb, like, keep in mind, the curb is less than, like, a foot off the ground from the street. And I feel my phone slip out of my pocket. And I'm like, oh, man, that sucks. Well, I'm sure it's probably fine. I pick it up and I turn it over. There's this big crack just over the whole screen. And I don't know how that happened because it's like I dropped it down. Like, I dropped it when I was standing onto concrete before. And then, like, I'm sitting down. Probably, like, my pocket was probably, like, 3 inches off the ground. And then it falls out of my pocket, and then my phone got fucked up. I don't.
And that's why we boycott Nokia.
Yeah, that's why we boycott. Fuck Nokia.
Like,
bullshit phones.
A lot of the time, like, I remember I had I still have my iPhone 5. This old baby here.
Hey, don't feel so bad. I have an SE.
Yeah. When I had my iPhone 5 when I was at my previous job, and for some reason I figured because I carry around rings on my fingers, every now and then I wear them, but I usually just keep them on my necklace. But like now I had them in my pocket for some stupid reason when I was at work, and all of a sudden like my thigh ended up hitting like the desk that I was working at,
Mhm.
and like all of a sudden all I hear is,
Oh, God.
and then I was so scared. I had everything on it. The case was on it. The tempered glass was on it. Everything. And all of a sudden I look at my phone. I'm like, please no, please no, please no, please no. The whole like top area was gone.
Yeah.
Like where like the camera's supposed
Same
to be.
thing happened to my cousin. Same
It was
exact
just-
thing.
It was just the worst thing ever. I was like, oh my god, I gotta buy. I don't want to cut my fingers. I gotta buy a new screen.
Oh yeah, you know those screen protectors people have?
Mhm.
So someone replaced theirs, last school year, and they left the old one, or I think I was there while they were replacing it. So they took off the old one. I was like, oh cool, I've always wanted to start breaking these.
Yeah.
So I just keep bending it in my hands. By the time I was done, I looked at my hands and I had all these small glass pieces stuck in my hands. I was like, oh, that was probably a really bad idea.
Yeah.
It was fun doing it. But.
Yeah. Oh my god, I actually have a pretty.
That
I'm sure
crappy
my.
satisfaction.
Oh, wow, that was a twang.
That was another twang.
Everyone with earphones just went deaf. Oh my god. So when I'm sure my friend is fine with telling the story. Like my best friend now, Anthony opening his Pop-Tart 15 feet away from the set.
It's ASMR time, baby. Crunch, crunch.
I'm sure that got a lot of loins to tingle.
Loins to
my
tingle.
buddy thought it would be funny if he kicked his phone into a locker, and he had like a case on it and everything. As far as I know, I think there's still a video of it. I need to ask him about it. Yeah, he kicked his phone into the locker, and then it actually broke, and he was just like, "Oh my god!" It's fucking amazing.
Wait, like soccer kicking it, like
Yeah,
I'm
like
gonna punt it.
he punted it, like he dropped it and then kicked it,
Oh,
and then it went right into the locker. Sadly, I wasn't there because it was like before. It was like the morning period, before you go to class.
Am I the?
I guess
only
I didn't
person-
arrive yet, but like, yeah.
Am I the only person who remember Autobox? Otterbox.
Autobots?
Yes. No, not Autobots. Otterbots. No, sorry.
That comic
Otterbox.
really fucked you up, didn't it?
Yes. So like we read this
Yeah, I
comic.
was about to do that.
We read this comic and it was just so distorted in every way, shape, and form. It didn't have any beginning and no end. It had an end, but we don't know what happened in the middle, and like all kinds of grammatical disorder and all entropy revolving around the comic itself.
I don't even
It
know
was
what we're
just
talking
like-
about anymore.
Anthony didn't know what we were talking about at all.
I'm
He's just
so
eating his
lost.
Pop-Tart. He's like, what?
I'm just like, oh my god, take me out of my Missouri. I had like, it was like, I can't remember the line. It was so bad. So it was like, you must collect the what
things,
was it?
the
The
thing.
things, the crowns.
Yeah.
And then the next line, it was just like further down.
Don't have to go too in depth into it, Derek. But like, yeah, there was a lot of grammatical stuff that Derek very much seemed to enjoy impersonating. Well, there was like,
wait, I think I know what we're talking about.
you think?
Class?
Do we know what we're talking about?
Was it the class we had last semester
Oh yeah, maybe.
with a certain professor?
No, yeah,
I
Yeah.
have a,
yeah, it was.
I have
Okay.
a nice embarrassing middle school story for you guys.
Go ahead.
So, whenever you go to like the bathroom in middle school, or you like try not to go to the bathroom,
Oh,
because you
absolutely.
fear the worst. especially
Anthony
if you
just
gotta-
keeps turning the volume.
That's
Hell
not the
yeah.
button to turn the volume down.
I saw Matt turning
It's
that
on the
earlier.
back.
Damn.
Um,
We did
It's on the
nothing
back
this whole
of the
time.
microphone where it says gain. I think you turn it to the left.
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now? Verizon, Sprint, AT&T,
Fuck Santa Claus.
Payday. One time my stomach hurt like really bad in middle school, and I can't remember what grade I was in. I think 5th or 4th grade. So I ran to the nurse's office, and I was just sitting there, and they couldn't figure out what was wrong. So they were like, "All right, we're gonna call your parents real quick." So I was like, "Oh man, I gotta take like the hugest shit in the world." So I asked the nurse because she has a bathroom in there. I was like, "Can I use the bathroom?" And she was like, "Nope, somebody else is in there. You're gonna either have to wait or go to the public bathroom." I was like, "No." So I walk all the way in there. Nobody's in there. So I run, lock the stall and everything. I'm sitting there, and I'm just doing my duty. I'm like, all right. Like maybe like 3 more minutes, and I'm out of here. Then I hear somebody come in, and I'm like, oh god. So I'm just sitting there in the quiet, hearing this guy take a piss, and all I hear is, "Who's taking a shit?" And I'm like, I put my feet on top of the toilet. I'm just like,
Wait, did you like wipe already, or is it like?
no, I'm like mid shit.
Oh, ew.
And he just blinks like, "Go, who taking a shit in here?" And I'm just like,
Oh God, that's so gross, dude.
and I
You had your
remember
pants up against your ass. That's disgusting.
and as soon as he left, like I wiped my ass and I just ran back to the nurse's office
Oh.
and cried.
Was there a brown stain on the back?
Hope not.
I certainly hope not for your sake.
Oh, I remember I had a story like that when I was little too.
Oh my God.
I don't remember what the fuck was going through my mind when this happened, but apparently, like
Yo, we're taking a shit.
I had to take the shit, so I ran out of my room, and I don't know why I didn't use the bathroom upstairs. I can't remember the story vividly, but I think it was taken. So I ran downstairs, and for some reason I didn't use the bathroom downstairs. I don't remember why, and my basement's creepy as shit, so I wasn't going down there to take a shit. So I ran back upstairs,
Maybe that would have helped.
and the person, or something was happening where it was like somebody was still in the bathroom or something. So my mom was just like, use the fucking bathroom in your grandmother's house. And so I like tried to run down.
Anthony has the most confused eyebrow raise ever.
So I'm like holding my pants up like I'm trying to give myself a fucking wedgie. And I start running and I just fucking blast shit down the stairs.
Are you serious?
I don't know if my mom's
Did
gonna
you shit through your pants?
I don't know if my mom's gonna remember that, but I swear on everything, I shat in front of the bathroom as I was running down the stairs. And I
Mrs.
was like,
Hood, if
"Oh,
you're listening to
God."
this somehow, I'm sorry about your son.
You know, I hear that's how you get a speed boost.
Yeah. Anthony would know. He
So
must go fast.
yeah, so when I was in high school, I would run cross country and track and field.
Uh-huh.
And so one year, another town, they had this hazing incident with the football team.
Uh-huh.
Specifically, the upperclassmen hazing the freshmen or like newest members and doing some stuff with their anal cavities
Uh-huh.
and their fingers.
Oh God, their own fingers? I hope it's their
no,
own fingers.
I think it was the upperclassmen fingers.
Oh my God.
So probably after years of them doing this, they get busted.
You're drinking it like this.
And in cross country, we wouldn't ever race this team because we were in different divisions. I said, hey, to my friend, if we ever race them, I'm going the whole race with my hands covering my butthole. So finally, my senior year, we actually are racing them.
Oh my God.
And he reminds me of that. I was like, man, you know, I'm not going to actually do that. I'm just going to have to run like hell. Just like stay away from these guys. I don't want the butthole surfers coming after me.
Oh man. Did any of them try violating you, Anthony? Did anyone try to take advantage of your sweet tush?
I don't want to talk about it. No, I was fine. It was fine.
Anyone on your team try to take advantage of your sweet tush?
I feel like most of them probably wanted
How about
to.
the coach? You don't have to see him anymore.
Oh,
you can
no.
tell us the truth.
I have this.
We're all good.
Yeah,
like-
we're all good.
I have like this one strange like school story. So here I am in high school, freshman year. I'm in this old, dusty little freaking building where the high school was, all the way 800 something miles in Georgia,
Mm-hmm.
where it's just like, I don't know. It was just a really weird place, you know. A lot of country hicks, and it was a whole different realm of people.
Yeah.
So like, I'm just, you know, I need to use the restroom. I just want to, you know, do my thing and then go, right? I have my little bathroom pass. You know, I'm ready. Okay, there's no.
You
way
had the
for me-
accent at that
I
point.
have the access. Okay, I have a VIP pass.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm in the restroom. I choose the first stall because I was like, I don't mind looking up. So for some reason, after I do, I'm in the middle of like mid piss, right? So I'm peeing, and then I look up, and I see
Like up to the ceiling.
yes, up to the ceiling, and this big brown blob of crap, like
Above you?
yes, like somebody grabbed the crap that was in the toilet and just stamped it up there. They just like, maybe they had a launcher.
It's like a Drake and Josh where they did the sushi rolls and they couldn't fit them in their mouth anymore, so they just threw them on the ceiling. And Drake was like, "Dude, they stick!"
I was so scared for my life because like little pieces, like you can see like the little pieces were starting to fall. Like
like-
it was little pieces were hanging now. So I literally stopped mid piss. I didn't care.
You squeezed your dick.
I-
The pee stopped coming.
Yes.
You were
I-
not dealing with this raining
I had-
fecal matter.
I said, shut up.
Have you?
And
Yeah, have you ever been able to stop mid pissing?
Yeah,
after
it
puberty,
hurts.
no.
Yeah, it does hurt, but
Yeah.
continue.
After puberty, no. It's almost impossible. You'll blow your freaking pelvis out.
Yeah, after puberty, yes, it is way harder.
After you'll freaking blow your pelvis out. It's just like bam, like blow, right? And so I go back to class, right?
Makes
Go
it
back to
sound like
class.
we're 85. We're all 20 years old. I don't want to blow my pelvis out by holding it in, you know what I'm saying?
So I go back to class, I'm just doing whatever and I'm telling people, I'm like, freshman bathroom, guys,
There's some shit on
there's
this shit.
shit on the ceiling. I tell the teacher, I'm
some
like,
shit going down.
I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm like-
literally.
I forgot her name. I'm like, Mrs. What Your Face? There was shit on the ceiling. Like, I'm not kidding. And she's thinking, everyone's in the class laughing at me, thinking that shit is a joke.
Thinking
No.
you're batshit insane.
Yeah, thinking I'm batshit crazy. No, I was serious that day, and people did not take me seriously.
Yeah.
But, like, other than that, it was just the casual, I'm just going to walk to the restroom, open up the stall, and see this train coming out from the...
Here's a poop story for you.
I'm glad Anthony has a numerous amount of stories to keep this podcast going in the gross sector. All aboard the nasty as fuck train. Next stop, shit sector. Woo woo.
So this town nearby mine doesn't have a high school. So after 8th grade, the people from that town, they come over to my high school. And so at the end of the
They
school...
were never taught how to wipe their asses.
Yeah, I guess not. No, the residents on my floor were not taught how... That's a different story. So at the end of the 8th grade
Shout out to
school
your
year...
residents.
Shout
Yeah.
out to the residents.
At the end of
Wipe
the
your asses.
Yeah. At the end of the 8th grade school year, we have like a semi-formal dance where the kids from this other town come over to my high school and we have a ball and stuff. And so one of my friends tells me that he was in the bathroom and it smelled terrible. So he's opening up all the stalls to see like where the smell's coming from.
Right.
So I think he was the only one in there.
Uh-huh.
And he gets to the forbidden stall, I guess.
Ooh.
He opens it up and there's shit smeared everywhere.
Oh my.
Actually, no.
At your high school?
I'm telling the story wrong. I'm pretty sure he was in there and he heard someone ask for toilet paper, and he heard this kid like saying, "Hey, is anyone there? Could you lend me some toilet paper?" I think my friend ran out. It was afterwards
He
later
left
on.
the kid there?
Yeah, he's a dick.
Oh, okay. I was
Yeah.
like, dude, poor kid.
Yeah,
So
so
he's a dick. Fuck him.
so he comes back and there's that unearthly smell. And he opens up the stall that this other kid was in. And then he sees the poop smeared everywhere. So what this kid tried doing was, since he was out of toilet paper, he tried using his hand to try and wipe. But then it's on his hand, so he needed it to go somewhere. So it ended up all over the walls. Yeah.
Oh, that's so disgusting.
I think there might have been like some still visible
Were
in the
they
sink.
cave people?
Did they experience fire in their life?
Here's the dumb thing.
Did they see fire?
I'm pretty sure he saw poop in the sink. And it's like at that point, if you're
Poop
gonna
in the sink.
if you're gonna leave the stall,
Anthony, where did you go to high school?
nice little suburban town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty crappy.
Did it have working plumbing?
Mm-hmm. There's probably chemicals in the water. But...
That's true. I can vouch for that in my town.
There was lead in the water in my school.
yeah.
God, yeah.
Yeah.
trying to
So
remember.
I mean, the kid could have went to a different stall to look
That's
for
true,
toilet paper
yeah.
Right?
there. Yeah. He didn't have to go straight to the sink.
No
to
one
wash
would have
his
known
hands.
if he just pulled up his pants and, like, not pulled up, but, like, ran into the other bathroom and at
Yeah.
least like kind of had them up.
At that point, try the female bathroom
things.
too. You know,
Wait, what?
who gives a crap?
But sadly,
thing is-
Anthony forgot his drums at home.
How did the thing is
At home.
How do you get that much? Like I'm just
Because
picturing
people
this
are
in my
fucking
head.
animals, Derek.
I'm
They
picturing this in my head, and I'm like, how much crap?
buddy,
People are animals.
there's no logic to this.
All right, no one,
You know,
not
I'm
everyone
fucking-
takes little rabbit shits like you. Okay? It's not just like your little
Anthony,
They don't
Reese's
just
Puffs
take
and then
shit
you're
and throw it
done.
on the
Hang
roof,
on.
you know?